Hello there, welcome back to Nagaur. Last time, we figured out that going west right now was a risky gamble at best, and I decided that instead of doing that, we're just going to do some conquests in India here. Hopefully vassalize Gujarat and Bahmanis, just basically to grow my own power. Mewar is going to be annexed most likely after this war. It's more or less just how things will have to be. And I'm going to be really reliant on, again, my vassals here doing a lot of fighting for me. We also have a issue that needs to be addressed. There's a, a triple alliance currently going between Delhi, Malwa and Bengal. And I kind of want to fight both of them, because Delhi is a really rich area. So it's kind of important to actually take that from them, because it's a really rich area. Balochistan has more or less reached the end of its reign. It's going to end right here, as you can see. We'll take 10 aggressive expansion, which won't actually be too much or too harsh. The Timurids will most likely join a coalition against us again. The diplomatic cost is a little bit high, and that means that we'll have to wait a very long time before we can actually do anything, which is a little bit bad, because that means that this war will most likely rage for long enough that I start getting the call for peace annotations, if you will. So if you consider that, things are not the best. We also get 2 negative penalties in this battle, which is not good. But on a positive side, we get a view here of Malwa, who is suffering themselves from peasants, and that is good, because the plan here is of course to vassalize Bahmanis. That's the reason why we call them an belligerent, and as you can see, I can do so. It will cost me a fair amount of aggressive expansion, so I should be ready to wage wars right away, especially coalition wars. We can unfortunately not vassalize, as you can see here. I could vassalize Balochistan, don't really want to. I cannot vassalize... Sorry, that was a snowball hitting my window. I'll be right back. There we go. Yeah, it was just someone messing with me. Anyways, as I said here, we'll probably just hand these provinces over then to Mewar. It will cause quite a stir in terms of aggressive expansion, but I think I'll survive that. I'm also very tempted. You might just go for handing these two over. That might work, but I'll have to see here what we actually end up with. We are definitely planning to fight Nagaur as soon as we're done with Bahmanis here, if we pull this off. Orissa is currently at war with them though, which is not the best thing ever, all things considered. Hopefully Orissa will be able to just take Bidar, although it is doubtful. I don't really want to... yeah, they actually just end up taking that, so it means that we do now have opportunities here for a good war, or a war that would be beneficial to us. Bahmanis, did they lose any cause from that peace deal? Not really. We can definitely work with this. And again, I think I'll actually create a Bahmanis that will basically be most of southern India, basically a super vassal, if you will. That'll be most likely keeping till the end of the game. I think that would be useful, especially in terms of aggressive expansion and conquest eastwards. So they do have a lot of cores also, which makes it a lot, fairly easy. I'm a little bit unsure whom else could potentially be useful here, but to be perfectly frank, I don't think there's anyone that could ever be as useful, especially since Nagaur has been more or less destroyed, as Bahmanis it could be. So we'll just keep on sieging, and Bahmanis will definitely be vassalized once we're done here. Now Bengal has pissed off Orissa, Madurai, Gujarat, Bastar and Jharkhand. So basically they pissed off all of these. This is kind of positive though, because if I take this opportunity, we'll accept, just see here who we're at war with now. Yeah, I'm actually allied to Malwa in this war, which is interesting. It's also negative in terms of the fact that Orissa can actually reach me, but I'm hoping that won't be an issue. I'm really hoping that won't be an issue. If it actually turns out to be an issue, then I'm definitely screwed. I'll keep my admin points for now. We do need them to core later on, so there's no reason to be uppity here and not play it careful. And as you can see here, they do have a pretty... Shit, I forgot about the rebels. Should probably have fixed that, but I didn't, and now I get to pay for it. What happens if I accept their terms right now? I think I might just have to accept their terms again, because I don't really have an army that can deal with that. If not, I'll just have to finish this earlier. Wait for the CGC to finish and then we can do something. But until that happens, I don't think there's too much we can do. I might just have to consider again running home in, thanks to the fact that Orissa is rather powerful. They are really, really powerful. Especially the Alliance too. But on the positive side, I can bet on them to destroy Malva and Delhi for me. If I'm just prepared for the war that will happen after this, then I'm definitely... or rather, if I'm just prepared to declare war on Delhi, Malva, and everyone after this war, then I'm definitely set to end up in a very, very good position. Let's just be perfectly honest. The only thing I really need to do here now is make sure that I can siege these two provinces rather rapidly before Doomstack arrives, which is going to be hard at best. So there we go, Doomstack has arrived. I should just have stayed out of the war. I didn't, and now I'll probably get to pay for it. But we actually pulled back in perfect time, and we got that province sieged. Can I now vassalize these guys? No, we cannot vassalize them just yet. They are a little bit stubborn as usual. But apparently these guys will destroy the rebels for me, which is not the best thing ever. I want them to join, or the armies to join me here, because we want to get away. I want to deal with the peasants more so than anything else right now. And hopefully, again, my armies won't get caught, or my vassal armies won't get caught. But of course, that is just a pipe dream. Yeah. But at least Bengal is here now to save the day. There we go. Dealt with those guys. We'll go ahead and deal with the other guys as well. But again, the main goal here is just to have, just to more or less have my allies in this war implode. That's basically it. If they actually implode on themselves thanks to this war, then hallelujah. I couldn't have asked for anything else. It would be wonderful. But again, it's more or less a pipe dream at this stage. But we will go back. We will try and deal with. Yeah, I want to keep them attached. I don't want them to fight on their own. And again, I don't want to fight Orissa. I just want to watch. And well, having vassals whilst trying to do that is probably a very, very bad idea. And we have some patriots from Good Charity here, which is not a good thing to have either. Can I transfer this thing to anything? Nope. So I'll have to fight those rebels just to actually transfer the province. Wow, nice. Again here, these guys are not Hindu. They're actually a sultanate. A Shia sultanate. Wow, that is not good at all. A little bit unsure how I want to deal with this. Because let's just be honest here. I need to deal with these rebels so I can actually give the control to Meva. Because they're kind of the powerful one. They're kind of the one that I will annex, more or less ASAP. For the sole purpose of, yeah, there we go. There we get the call for peace. Again here, they're kind of the ones that I want to annex ASAP, just so that I can get a little bit of extra land. Especially also if I get 2 new vassals right now. And we have a ton of nationalists just being a pain in the arse. I can vassalize them now, so let's just go ahead and do that. There we go, Bahmanis has been vassalized. Wonderful. Again here, I need to actually annex. Yeah, we need to actually deal with these. Where the hell is my vassals? Or rather, vassal in this case. Meva, get here. We have rebels to deal with. We actually 2 stacks of rebels that we need to deal with, which is not good. And do I actually have another stack here coming? Maratha nationalists in. Yeah. Again, not the best thing ever. But the goal is basically just to hand the occupation over to Meva, so I can hand the provinces to whomever I please. And hopefully here I'm actually done. No, we're going to do that because we're going to need a lot of diplomatic points if I am to continue this this way of life, if you will. Right now we're losing a lot of men, but we did beat the rebels, so we're going to run home and hide because right now things are not looking good. And I'll hire a spy guy because we do need those diplomatic points. That's basically my reasoning, and I don't really need to fight anymore here in this war. I can just sit back, relax, have a stability drop. 633 is now king, 436 is heir. What have I done? I must have done some sort of witchcraft before I started playing. I don't think I've seen this good a row of kings, or sultans in this case. And the funny thing is, this guy's only 7 years old. He's a 7 years old. I might act a little bit too happy about that, But the fact of the matter is, I usually get crappy rulers every single time. So it feels kind of great to just once get something great. Now, with Gujarat, since we are actually going to... Yeah, I might as well just do this. It's actually the simplest thing to do. 31 aggressive expansion. That's a lot, and again, it's mostly Timurids and Gujarat itself that will get pissed if I do this. So I think we'll go for this deal. I'll take Baluchistan to me. Meva will get 3 provinces here. That will also connect ourselves with Bahmanis, can just annex Gujarat at another time. So what we are going to do is actually place our army in southern Gujarat, so that I can actually help Bahmanis here in the war that we are about to wage on Vinagya pretty much right away. So let's just go ahead here, make this peace deal. It's what I want. It is really what I want. And we also need to start the coring of these provinces ASAP. I think I should boost my stability, to be perfectly honest, just to make sure that I don't get rebels. See here, the unrest is actually fairly high, but the provinces themselves aren't worth that much. So I'm just going to increase autonomy on the basis of the fact that I don't want rebels. Now, we actually have Persian nationalists in Timurid lands, and they're also fighting Karakonli right now. So let's have a look how the Timurids are doing in terms of complete troop count. They have 27,000 men. That is actually kind of interesting here. If I'm lucky, I might be able to snatch a very small Persia, but with the new rebel mechanics, that's kind of a long shot, to be perfectly honest. But it is possible, and that is kind of what I'm gambling on here. So, Meva has done its duty. It's made me proud, more or less. Was not giving occupied cores and claims in peace, so they got pissed because I didn't give them this province, more or less. Which is interesting. Now, could you please come and do what I want you to do? Please? We are going to go with Reconquest on these guys. Conquest Chow. Vinagya, how many men do they have? Because I'm kind of getting sidetracked here. I was supposed to go west, and then we ran into a weak Vinagya, and I went off track. They have 9,000 men. I should be able to deal with them on my own, but do I want to take that chance? Probably not. So, luckily enough, got a 4-shark general, very, very good. And we'll just go for take Chol and work from there. And hopefully this time my vassals will actually join up with me. That is my hope. That is my desire. And we'll see if they actually focus on the war that I want them to focus on. So let's just set Mewad for that one. We'll set Bahmanis for We'll set Bahmanis for this one, and for Goa itself, we'll place Patiala. Basically just a, well, in this case, a cry to get them where I need them, more or less. That is at least a hope. So you're actually joining me in Dash. Wonderful. Then we can destroy their army and laugh in their face. Boom. That's how we do it. And we do it very, very efficiently. There's no reason for my vassals now to actually keep sticking their army onto me. There's no need whatsoever. So I'll use my army, or this little 3,000 man army, to just run around and hunt these well, small 1,000 units that will pop up. And hopefully here we can siege and take Vinagya down very efficiently, if you will. And we'll have Bahmanis up and running again very, very soon. And I'll probably also give Goa to Bahmanis and potentially some other provinces too. But it's basically just getting my vassals up and working again. And again, both Delhi and Bengal they're breaking each other right now. So, or Malwa, Delhi, Bengal, and Orissa are breaking each other, while I'm taking advantage of the confusion and conquering everything else. But we'll continue this next time. It's really, really good. I also have to keep an eye on the Timurids here. The rebels have apparently vanished, but if the Timurids are really as weakened as they seem to be, then this would probably be the best time ever to just go ahead, declare war for Bam, siege Bam, and then basically allow Wolfscore to pile up. So I might just go ahead and create 2,000 mercenary regiments, conquer Bam, and hopefully try and keep a hand of it while I fight down here with well, Vinagya. I will have to retrieve my troops with a fleet though. That is kind of the bad point here, since I couldn't get Gujarat's capital. That is why I'm in trouble. Other than that, I'm perfectly fine. And also, if I actually fight Delhi, I'm definitely going to hand Patiala most of the provinces, I think. There's no good reason for me to get into trouble for, well, all these mistakes, if you will. But the Timurids now have 17,000 mercenaries running around, and it's not like Karakondi will be able to break them here. Also, as you can see, you have the Uzbek army, you have the Kasan, everything here, so it's just too many allies in the picture right now for me to actually do anything that would be worthwhile, if you will. So for now, we'll just leave it here, and we'll continue next time. Thank you for watching. Please have a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and we'll continue next time. Bye.